I was recently working with one of my advanced kettlebell clients online who was having trouble with the first stage of the getup, going from his back to his elbow. I'm on a mission to help men and women get into great shape using kettlebells. Hi, I'm Ryan Jankwitz, the owner of RJ Kettlebell. I help men and women lose 10 to 15 pounds, shed their spare tire, and build lean muscle so they can fit better in their clothes, look better naked, and move like they did in their 20s. So I'm going to break down the first stage of the getup that I showed my client over video to help you if you're struggling going from your back to your elbow. So let's start with the setup. I'm not going to use the kettlebell because I need to talk and kind of point things out as I move. So let's say I have a kettlebell on this side, holding it with the left arm. So the first thing I want to do is generate tension on this left side. So what I'm going to do is pull the shoulder down, squeeze my armpit, do an oblique crunch here, and I can start to tighten up my hamstring and squeeze the glute. I'm also pushing this left foot into the floor. On the other side, so let's pretend now I have a kettlebell on this right side, we want this arm resting on the ground to be at about a 45-degree angle from my body. Same thing with this leg. If both legs were out, it would create the letter V. So if the arm is too far out, it's not going to give us a lot of support because we want the elbow underneath the shoulder. In this case, it's not. So by setting up in the right position, as I come up, the elbow is right on the shoulder, so it's a nice strong base of support. Now with the leg that's sticking out here, I want to engage it by pushing through the heel and flexing the quad here. I don't want the leg to come up off the ground. We have energy leaking. We're not strong there. So flex the quad, push through the heel, and we should be able to feel this quad contracting all throughout the movement when we first sit up. Next, we want to use our breath. We can use the hardstyle breathing, the sound, to help contract our abs and generate some force to help us sit up to the elbow. So that'll make a big difference as you come up because it's helping to contract the midsection. And essentially we're doing a crunch, kind of like a rolling diagonal crunch. We're trying to bring this right shoulder to this left hip. So that exhale will help bring the shoulder closer to the hip. Lastly, we can pay attention to the bent leg. So I'm going to switch sides here. So we actually want to push off this foot as well. If I didn't use my core or upper body, I can still roll over just simply using the foot. So a combination of pushing through the floor with this foot, then crunching. So I'm really pushing this foot hard into the floor. I can feel this leg contracting. Lastly, we can kind of use the arm on the ground for a little bit of leverage. I'm really pushing my arm into the floor nice and hard. As I come up, I'm really driving my elbow into the ground. So I know it's a lot of steps, a lot of things to think about as you're moving in that initial stage. So we just break it down. Use your breath, generate tension, get your legs working, and drive the elbow into the ground. Hopefully these tips will help you with the start of your getup. If you have any more questions about kettlebell training, please send me a message. Stay strong.